everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be setting up February 2023 in my bullet journal, and let me just tell you that I really liked how this theme ended up turning out. I could have gone for a little bit more neutral colors, I think, but I think this is something different that I've done in the past, and it's just bright and cheerful, and it definitely screams February, so I'll jump right into explaining it. So what my theme was, or what I wanted to go for in January, is sort of like a Valentine treat dessert type theme. And I wanted to do a lot of pinks and, chocolates and stuff like that, just to kind of make it feel more Valentine-y, because in the past I haven't really done an actual like Valentine's theme in my bullet journal, and I know a lot of people are kind of like trying to venture away from doing the more classic Valentine theme for February, but I thought this was a good month for me to go ahead and just try that out, and I really like how it ended up turning out. Throughout this theme, I drew some little cupcakes and some, I don't know what you would call it, maybe yogurt or pudding or something. I don't really know what you would call that, but just, little dessert doodles that I thought would go good for Valentine's Day. So for the cupcake, first of all, I really enjoy coloring everything in because it was just kind of satisfying. I'm not used to coloring this much, doodles in my bullet journal, but I think it was just kind of relaxing, and if you wanted to do something a little bit more detailed, this would be a perfect theme for you to try out. So like I was saying, for the icing on the cupcake, I actually took 4 different types of pinks. I used a lot of pinks in this journal, in this theme for this month. And so I took a darker shade at the bottom and then just went lighter from there of pink. And it kind of just faded into itself, for the first time that I made it fade, I used that little fader that you sometimes get in your Tombow dual brush pen packets, but from then on I just kind of faded everything without using that, and I think it turned out just as well. I added a lot of little sparkles and just some little hearts everywhere, and I think it just added the finishing touch, and that it just really brought everything together. Also, the washi tape, I'm trying to get more into washi tape during this planner for the new year, and I think that the pinks really went well with the theme I was trying to portray. So if any of y'all have went and checked out my past videos, you may have noticed that instead of doing a sort of quote page on the left hand side, I have actually chosen to do a verse of the month for each theme set up in my bullet journal for this year. And the verse of the month for February that I chose is, "Herein is love, not that we loved God, but that he loved us, and sent his son to be the propitiation for our sins." And that's 1 John 4:9. And I think this kind of went well with the sort of, lovey, warm February theme that I was going for. So the calendar page is just like I've done in the past, with the large monthly calendar that takes up both pages of my journal, and I use this as 2 pages because this is probably the most used spread that I have for each theme, because I can write down anything that is upcoming for the month, or anything I need to get done on a certain day, or any events that's going to happen, anything that is taking place in the month of February, I can write it down right here, and I can see everything all at once, which makes it really nice. For the headers, I did a fun cursive, and I kind of kept it, flowy and kind of not really elegant, but elegant at the same time, And so I really thought that tied everything in with the doodles and everything. I kind of avoided using many reds in this setup because I felt like it would kind of overpower the pinks. So the strawberries are actually a deep pink rather than a red. So if y'all were wondering about that, that is the reason. I always try to keep a notes page off to the side of my calendar just so I can write down anything that needs to get done, or just important things that I need to write down. I can write it on that side and still be able to see it when I flip to my calendar page. The 2 dessert doodles at the top are more of like a jelly, sort of puddingy something. I don't really know what it is, but I kind of just went along with it and did what I think looked best up there, and those 2 little doodles fit perfectly up there, which I was so thankful for. And like I said before, I really didn't have a plan to color, like a coloring plan for each doodle. I just kind of went along with it, and I think it turned out super cute. Nothing looks exactly the same, which I'm kind of glad about, because I don't really like to make repetitive doodles in my journal because I like to switch up. Also it makes it kind of funner or more fun for the setup, as well as a little bit more fun to look at. I can like flip through my pages and see different doodles that I've drawn for each month. I kind of changed it up this month and made a whole page of a content planner, and I think this is going to be actually very helpful, because normally I would do like half a page or even less than half a page for my content plans, and I think having it large like this and having being able to write down something for each day of the month, I think that'll really help me with my planning, and maybe even allow me to get more stuff planned for you guys, so that I can get it out on time. And it would be even easier for me to just look at and say, okay, I'm gonna make a video that day and then post it that day. So if any of you guys are YouTube creators and you want a spread like this, I would say that it's totally helpful. I'll see how it goes for this month, but I think it's gonna work out great. I have a video ideas section on the right hand side, and under that is a subscriber count. I'm gonna fill that in as I go. So however many subscribers I have by the end of January, I'm gonna write on the left side of the box, and then as I go throughout the month of February, I will continue to write down little goals that I want to reach number wise for the subscriber count. And then below that is a goals page, so I can look at that, and that's my main goals video wise for my content planner. And so this will kind of help me like set up at the beginning of the month, and then we'll see how it goes, and we'll hopefully see those on the left side further down the road. I really enjoy drawing these little strawberries everywhere. If y'all were wondering, all you have to do is draw like a rounded edge, corner, whatever, triangle-ish shape, and then just put some little sprigs on top, and you have a strawberry. And I loved coloring this coffee cup that I have going on and the whipped cream. This is where I kind of didn't even use that fader pen, that fader Tombow Duo brush pen. I just kind of faded my colors with each color that I used, if that makes any sense at all. It may not, but hopefully y'all know what I'm trying to get at. I have kept my gratitude tracker relatively the same, with just all the days of the month listed down, and I will write for each day I will write something I'm grateful for, or anything that happened that day that I just am so thankful for, or anything like that. And so this usually works very well for me and helps me to reflect on the month and just see the good in each day. I enjoy drawing this little pudding something going on in this little glass, and I added this little chocolate heart on the top, which I thought was you know, just a little extra touch. And the cake pop was also very fun to draw. I had a cake pop not too long ago for the first time in probably years, and so I figured I would add one of those in my bullet journal just for funsies. Moving on to my new and improved expense tracker. It ended up working well for me during January, and it really kind of helped me to be more careful with how I spend and, you know, stuff like that. And so instead of having just a whole section of, you know, lists, like what I can list out of what I bought and how much it cost or anything like that. If you were wondering about that, you can go and check out my January video. But anyways, so instead of doing that, I have a box for what I buy, which is at the top, and then a box for what I make. And so I have a description of, like, you know, whatever I buy or how I made money in some way, and then the date, and then on the farthest box, column, whatever, I'll write how much money I either spent or earned. I added a whole new spread in this month because I thought it would just be kind of fun to reflect on my month. So I added this monthly focus. I got this idea off of Pinterest, and I have a goals page of what I want to do, you know, not necessarily specifying to a certain thing, but more like kind of broad and what I personally want to do for the month of February. And then below that I have a tasks list, which I think I'll use this as kind of like a weekly thing. So like each week what I want to get done. And then on the right hand side of that I have my reading log, because I didn't really want to have a full page for that again, because I didn't need a full page. So it ended up working fine to fit that in on the right side. I had to use my white gel pen because for the numbers, as I was listing them, I realized that I had already colored in my smoothie, my pink smoothie, and I was supposed to like cut that off to where I could actually bring the numbers on down. You can see what I'm doing right now. So I had to go in with my white gel pen, but actually I thought this turned out kind of cool, because you can really see the contrast between the colors, and the white actually pops up really well. I just want to thank y'all so much for watching and for all your support. If you're not a subscriber, I would highly suggest doing so, because I will be posting more in the future. And I hope y'all have a great February. And let me know in the comments what your favorite doodle was for this month, and also what your theme was for this month. And if y'all want to see me create any specific themes or have any ideas for me, I would love to hear them. Again, thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in future videos. Bye!